Hey, what is going on guys? Welcome to my first video where I explore the top 10 facts of the Call of Duty series. Now normally I wouldn't do these types of videos, but if you want me to continue this series where instead I talk about the top 10 facts for every COD game, not just the franchise or other games like Fallout 4 or Grand Theft Auto 5, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Now these videos do take a very long time to research the information and to compile all these gameplays into one video. So if you could drop a like, that would be awesome. Normally I don't ask for likes, but if we could hit 500 likes, that would be insane for the effort I put in this video. In 2015, the new Call of Duty that was released was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. However, before the game came out, Black Ops 3 received a restricted 18+ rating, also known as an R18+ rating from the Australian Classification Board. This is the only Call of Duty that has ever received an age rating over 18 years, where previous Call of Duty games like Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 2 in Australia was a MA15+ rating, meaning that you could buy the game if you were 15 years old or over 15 years old. The restricted 18+ rating from the Australian Classification Board was made due to Black Ops 3 using high impact violence. The high impact violence that caused the restricted 18+ rating is the Outrider boat explodes enemies in a shower of blood and giblets of random body parts. This is what the Australian Classified Board believed was high impact violence. But seriously, do kids still not play this game? Because they do. The mission No Russian in Modern Warfare 2 is considered to be the most controversial moment of all violent shooter games in the COD franchise, if not modern shooters in general. The mission features the player slowly walking into airport security with Makarov's gang before opening fire to all the civilians in the airport. Although the player may skip the level if they feel offended, it caused a lot of controversy as the player has the option of gunning down dozens and dozens of innocent people or watching Makarov and his goons do the dirty work themselves, where within the mission there's gruesome trails of blood and bodies. More interestingly, there are also some regional differences in this mission. Whereas if you're from America or Australia, the game is normal. Wherever in European countries such as Russia, in the Russian game of Modern Warfare 2 by the company 1C, this mission is not available for play. However, in Japan and Germany, if the player kills a civilian, the game will restart from the last checkpoint with the "you have killed a civilian" message. Although this mission causes a lot of controversy, it is still the best Call of Duty mission I've ever played to this day. When a Call of Duty game is finished and polished, the developers of the game decide to cut out certain maps, perks, and weapons from the finished game. This has happened to all Call of Duty games, but the most interesting one was Modern Warfare 2, my favorite game, where the developers decided to cut out very interesting perks that could be overpowered and may change the game we play today. Some of these perks include a perk called the Explosive Bullets perk, where bullets explode on impact. Another perk is a perk called the Dive perk, where the player can jump to dodge bullets. There was another perk called Black Box, which is a longer kill streak duration, and another perk called Mozambique, where every weapon fires a 3-round burst. Now imagine if we had these in the actual finished Modern Warfare 2 game. That would be absolutely insane, and it would change the boring, generic, normal perks that we have today in games like Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. Every COD fanboy's main reason why they love Treyarch is the implementation of Call of Duty Zombies within World at War. Since World at War, the zombies community has grown rapidly, spawning theories behind the zombie storyline and adopting many hours of people's lives. Treyarch studio head Mark Lamier decided it'd be a cool idea to add a wave-based survival minigame featuring zombies within the World at War game. But because Activision is Activision, they believe that it'd be a disgrace of the franchise to add this unorthodox mode into the game, with the Call of Duty PR and marketing team believing it'd be too hard to market and brand the zombies game mode. Mark Lamier did not give up and managed to convince Activision to add the game mode as an unlockable Easter egg when you complete the World at War campaign. Due to social media of YouTube, it spawned zombie YouTube channels and the game mode was a buzz. Activision saw the hype and the buzz around Call of Duty Zombies and patched the Easter egg to make it available for everyone to play without finishing the campaign. The rest is history. Just imagine if Call of Duty Zombies did not exist. In January 2016, a NPD data confirmed that the Call of Duty franchise is to be the best-selling game once again. It is also found within that data that the Activision's Call of Duty has sold 250 million units with all of the Call of Duty games combined. So once you get 250 million copies and you times that by $60, you get 15 billion $, which is absolutely crazy. But due to marketing and making more Call of Duty games, Activision has stated that the net revenue they achieved was 10 billion $. Just imagine how much money they are taking from kids, teenagers, and parents just to buy Call of Duty. Keep in mind that this does not include DLC or microtransaction items, which would also be increased revenue for Activision. Activision was being sued by Jonah Savimbi's children. Now, this isn't the first time that Activision has been sued for wrongfully portraying someone. Savimbi's children believe that the Angolan rebel chief was being portrayed as a big half-wit who wants to kill everybody. The children were suing for defamation of the image of their father being portrayed in a bad light for 1 million euros for damages. In the first mission of Black Ops 2 called Pyrrhic Victory, it featured Jonas Savimbi with a grenade launcher and was visually represented as a killer, as Jonas Savimbi and the player would kill MPLA soldiers during the mission. Jonas Savimbi also yells phrases such as "Fight my brothers and we must finish them, death to the MPLA." The children of the father tried to argue defamation against the defendant Activision by saying that their father was portrayed as barbaric. Activision argued that Jonas Savimbi was presented as a good light and he was portrayed as a good man and as a hero defending his country. Fortunately for Activision, that case was ultimately tossed out after the judge ruled that the game is a transformative work. We know Activision makes $10 billion from the Call of Duty franchise. I mean, seriously, the children could have at least sued them for $50 million, if not more. In all the games of the Call of Duty franchise, normally the player is only able to operate and drive a car or another vehicle in the single player component of the game, not the multiplayer. However, within World at War, it is the only Call of Duty that allows the player to drive in vehicles in multiplayer. The player is able to drive a tank and shoot the explosive cannons and ammunition from the tank. A lot of players found the tanks to be extremely annoying and overpowered. The tanks that were available in World at War was the German tank Panzer II, the German Tiger tank, and the Russian T-34 tank in World at War multiplayer. If the maps were as big as World at War and the tanks weren't that overpowered, the Call of Duty mechanics could possibly either be good or bad. Hiding teddy bears around the game's single and multiplayer levels have been a single-time honored tradition in Call of Duty's history. Due to the popularity of the teddy bears, there are many plausible and interesting theories to why Treyarch and Infinity Ward use these teddy bears. The more obvious and more notable theory is that the teddy bear is to represent a difficult hidden Easter egg to complete, or to view the teddy bear, or often to distinguish a different and uncommon scenery, as in Call of Duty 2 you can see the teddy bear on a pole being used for target practice during the training level. Another theory that is quite sad is that the teddy bear is a memory of the deceased daughter of a Call of Duty developer of the Infinity Ward team, who she loved the stuffed animals above everything else. So Infinity Ward has not confirmed this, although this theory is also backed up with a lot of evidence, as in Modern Warfare 3 single player mission, there is an image of a young girl holding a hammer with the inscription SHG, meaning Sledgehammer Games, and holding a teddy bear in the other hand. A lot of people may also say that this teddy bear and the girl is to also represent Samantha from the zombie storyline. North Korea and its relationship with the rest of the world can be bizarre, and it can be scary at the same time. The communist country released a propaganda video against the United States, showing the United States under attack. Now, the weirdest thing about this propaganda video is during the middle of the actual video is that it features scenes of New York under fire. And the scenes of New York under fire was directly from the Modern Warfare 3 trailer or the game, because during the trailer and the first missions within Modern Warfare 3, the player is featured scavenging and killing enemies around the fallen New York. I'm not sure if Kim Jong-un is a Call of Duty fan, but I'm willing to 1v1 him on Rust. As we all know, from time to time we have spent hours upon hours playing the latest Call of Duty. However, many fans do not know these incredible statistics. Over 5 billion cars have been destroyed in the Call of Duty games. That is more cars than there is registered in the whole entire world. There is also less stars in the Milky Way than there are being shots fired in Call of Duty games. To put that in perspective, more people are firing shots than there is stars in the Milky Way. And once again, there's 400 billion to 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. Yep, that's pretty crazy. Moving over, Call of Duty daily players could fill 80 of the world's largest sports stadiums, and those are daily players who play Call of Duty every single day. And when you put all the time spent by Call of Duty players around the world together, it equals up to around 2.85 million years playing Call of Duty altogether, which in fact is longer than humans have ever been alive for.